wanna play a game. What's up guys? So yeah, guess we're gonna do a Saw movie tier list. And to be honest, like most of them are, I'd say all of them are good to great. It's just some of them could have been better with their storylines. But because back in the day when I first watched, all these films, a lot of them I didn't like Jesus. But they've actually aged well, and they're still not really the best, but I consider that at least okay. So I'm already saying now that there's not going to be any that's like F or D. I don't even think C. Like from B to S, possibly. Yeah. So we're going to start with a new film, which I'm so shocked to put it this high. Yeah, like Saw X. Yeah, like my god. Like, I'm surprised I'm putting a new Saw film this high, because probably like the third or fourth one was probably the last great Saw film. Even though the seventh one had a good ending, but that's the thing, like the best thing about that film was like the ending, because everything else was just like mid. Like everything after Saw 3 or 4, like, is just mid. Even Jigsaw, that's also mid. Spiral, mid. But I don't dislike the films like I used to. And to be honest, the films are not even as gory. But yeah, the main reason why I'm putting Saw X this high is because this is the movie where they fully focus on John Craven and his cancer and stuff, and they just do it so well. And you get a lot of time with the Saw games compared to like being split between cops doing their job and then the Saw games. But they just manage everything so well that you're just fully hooked in. You're not getting distracted. You're fully sucked into what's happening, because you get like the stuff that I guess John Craven was going through with his cancer, to having some hope that he could get better, and thinking he got better to the point where he's going to give up making these Jigsaw games. But then he finds out they're like, well, I don't even know if, well, that's obvious that's going to happen, but yeah, then he ends up playing a game with them, and yeah, you can predict the rest. But yeah, because if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil everything, so yeah. Like, when it comes to the story and just John Craven as a character, because this is the most you ever get of John Craven, like they don't normally focus on him this much, so yeah. That's why it's basically up here, S, yeah, like, for story, like my god, does such a good job. But yeah, so yeah, that's why it gets an S, because I don't want to spoil anything, because it's a new film, and it's just crazy that a new Saw film is this high in the ranking, yeah. Alright, so I don't know if I'm just working my way down to like the first film. I could do it like that, sort of spiral. B. It's like, if I was, from when I first watched it, probably like CD, yeah, but now I'd say just B. Some people would probably still put it solo though. And because of Chris Rock not really being that great of a lead, that's also an issue. Because he's more like good at being comedic, and him having the main role just wasn't really the best. He didn't do terrible, but I just feel like Samuel Jackson should have been the main lead, to be honest. Find some way to make him the main lead in the story. Because if you're watching it, the story isn't that bad. It's just basically a copycat killer though. So you're not really dealing with the real Jigsaw or any of his accomplices. It's just some copycat killer. So yeah, it just could have been a bit better, but it's alright. First time I watched it, I didn't like this film, but second time it's just alright, and I don't think it will change if I ever watch it for the third time, if I rewatch these films for like the third time. But yeah, B. Alright, so I think this is Jigsaw, right? So it's also B, but I'll probably put it ahead of Spiral if it lets me. Yeah, like I definitely hated this film when it first came out, like probably F, yeah, definitely, and most people will probably play it that though. But it's kind of aged well. Still not the best, but it's aged well, in my opinion. Because yeah, it's still some moments where I'm just not really that caring that much, especially with the cop stuff. I really don't care, but the game stuff it's alright. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's just it's an F film. Alright, so I think this is the final chapter, the 7th film. I guess it's possibly the top of B. The ending alone is not going to get it to A, because that's the best part of the film, but it's just the first and second act. I mean, the games in the film, they're interesting. It would have been better if like they did something where like all the survivors of Saw had to play with each other because barely any of them changed. Like that would have been a better idea, because there's a premise where you get to see all the Saw victims, even the guy from the first film, and that would have been so cool. Yeah, if they had to play against each other to survive, that would have been pretty good. But with what they went with, it was okay, I guess. Like, I guess one of the doctors of Jigsaw having to choose who lives or dies. Yeah, could have been better though. Yeah. So which is the fifth one? Is this the fifth one? Well, what? I don't think I've done the sixth one yet. Okay. Is that IV? I'm trying to work out which one's which. Is this 6? I think this is 6. Yeah. Oh, where would I put this one? Probably here. Because yeah, a lot of them are just like, these are like the okay ones, I guess. Yeah, I feel like that's right to put it here. Because I kind of get mixed up between the storylines as well. Like, I don't know if this is the one with the doctor, and then, man, I've already forgot the story of this one, which is kind of a bad sign. Like, my god. Yeah, I think I got mixed up. Like, everything I said about this one, I think it basically applies to this one. Because these two films are not really that memorable, to be honest. Yeah. Because yeah, like everything that I said about, you know, this film, I basically made it to this film, where this one's like, man, how did it go again? Like, you're seeing these games play out, but it's also in the past. Because you're seeing the modern timeline, and it's also in the past, and it just has a really bad twist. So yeah, that's why it's here anyway. But it's just okay for what it is. Yeah. And then everything what I said about this film, I mean, I basically made it to this film, the 6th film. Yeah. What I think I do about the doctor and stuff, and having to choose who lives or dies from his co-workers. Yeah. Alright, so the 5th one, which is the 5th one? I think it's this one. Man, I would pick this one. It's actually not that bad, but I'm definitely not putting it in 8. It's better than the 6th one, I guess. Or is it the other way around? Did I enjoy the 6th one more than the 5th one? Damn. Because it's still not that great too, man. I think I did. I'm just... damn. Yeah, I'm just gonna say yeah, because I kind of remember the story a lot better compared to this one. It's just... Because at this point they've kind of killed off a lot of the cop characters, and it's just... I mean, the games are alright, but it's just... It feels really silly though. That's the thing. This movie feels so silly. Yeah. It's enjoyable, but it's really silly. Yeah. And I guess IV. Where the? I don't even know if I'd put this in A. I think this would be the only one that would be in A then. Yeah. Because it is enjoyable. You're getting this different kind of direction with the story, and how it ends as well, where the person that you're following ends up being one of the people who's basically working with Jigsaw, and that was an interesting turn. And you got the other guy trying to work out things too, like, because he knows that there was someone else other than Jigsaw and Amanda and all that stuff. But yeah, then we found out by the end that it was actually the flipping head of the police station. Like, he was behind helping Jigsaw and stuff. Yeah. And that ending, yeah. So I definitely put it in A. Yeah. Is this the 3rd one or the 2nd one? I think, yeah, that's the 3rd one. So yeah, definitely S. But I think I like Saw X more than the 3rd one, even though the 3rd one was basically the ending for Jigsaw. Like, you basically see him die in this film. Yeah. And Amanda too, which was surprising, because you'd think she's going to be the one to continue it, but then you just see these other characters continue it instead, and then all the copycat killers. Yeah. It would have been cool to see Amanda live a bit longer though, see what she would have did. Yeah. But I feel like things for Jigsaw and Amanda end pretty well for their, you know, storylines and the other characters they include, like that doctor and her husband, and yeah, there's some good stuff with that. Yeah, and it's just a solid film, I guess. Yep. And Saw 2, where would I put this? Well, I'm still, oh man, I need to come back to Saw 2, because I know Saw 1, like, probably gonna put it like bottom S. Yeah, because obviously it's an iconic film with how it starts off, but the games are not really all that, to be honest. And most of the time you're just seeing games that have already been played, where the main game is these two guys basically chained up and they have to cut off their legs to get free and stuff. Yeah, that's the only way to escape. Yeah, like compared to the later films, they have to do way harder things, but pain is pain though. That's the thing, pain is pain. Like, man. So, yeah. But then you find out a twist with one of the characters anyway, that they're basically working with Jigsaw, but yeah. Like, by the time you get to like the 7th film, you find out that the character from the first movie is basically working with Jigsaw, the one who, cuts himself free, yeah. And he's been the main help for Jigsaw too, yeah. But yeah, oh man, because of the ending of Saw X, I'm sorry, but yeah, Saw 2 is the best, it's always going to be the best. But for it to get this high, a new film in a Saw franchise, to get this high for me, that's impressive. It's just the ending isn't the best, because everything up until the ending, because like I said, well, I don't think I said this, but they kind of made him a bit too good, making him look like he's a lot in the right. That's all I'll say. But you'll see when you watch it, if you haven't watched it yet, that they make him look too like he's the good guy, even though he's doing such terrible things to obviously bad people. But Jesus, for some of the things he does in Saw X, I'm sorry, but do you even have a soul? Get in prison, but Jesus, this kind of torture, this film, basically made me a lot of the time want to look away, because a lot of the films have some brutal deaths. Saw 3 has the most brutal saw trap I've seen in the whole franchise, but Jesus, some of the things in this actually made you want to look away. Yeah. But this is the S because the story's great, the traps are great, the people who are playing, it's just everything about the film is just perfect for a Saw film. Yeah. And it was cool to get a Saw film that fully focused on John Craver, so that's why it got this high. Yeah. And this is basically my ranking anyway. Yeah. I wouldn't really put anything really low at this point. Back in the day, some of these films would be DF, definitely, Spiral, Jigsaw, Saw 5, 6, 7, I'll probably put 7 in C, even though I love the ending of 7, which I don't know if most people do, I might be divided, but yeah, it helps the movie a lot, and it's just okay, and then the ending's just great in my opinion. Yeah, it's an ending I never forgot. Yeah. But yeah, that's my ranking. Hope you liked it. I'd love to know your Saw ranking if you've watched the films. If you can leave a like, I'll see you in the next one. And game over.